we are coddling children, we are coddling young people instead of making them stand up and do what they need to do. The world's gonna eat this kid alive if you don't let him get some experience in the world. You won't let him go to the mall.
Okay, there are mall shootings, school shootings. I'm not gonna back off my stance of how I'm raising my child. That was 30 years ago, the way you raised your child.
Is it possible that you're doing this to make yourself feel better instead of doing it because it prepares him for the next level of life?
Stanton has the whole upper floor of our home. He has 2 bedrooms, another bedroom that actually we turned into more of a gaming room. We have cameras in every room so that we can make sure he's okay, or even if we call him and he's not answering, does he have his headset on? Is he in the restroom? As you can see, he's rocking out right now. He's having fun, being a child, time of his life. Now, we're gonna go over here to his bedroom. This is his personal bedroom. Apparently, he's been playing all over his bed. I can tell the covers are all messed up. And now we're back in his game room. I just wanna see him. I schedule my days around Stanton. I pick out Stanton's clothes. I love the color green on him. His eyes just really come out. Taxi driver, maid, cook, cleaning lady, school teacher, chef, whatever that is gonna make him happy and keep him well entertained. I do it all for him, and I love it.
Helicopter, snowplow, Velcro, lawnmower, even bulldozer, all buzzwords for a parenting style that many blame has helped create a generation of young people who think they can whine their way to success. I'm talking all ages. Gina was 40 years old when she learned her son's adoption at birth was official. She says she couldn't imagine ever loving a child more than her miracle little boy.
This is when he first came home from the hospital. This is pictures of him in his little blue outfit. Oh, having and sleeping with his daddy. Oh, he was so tiny, so precious. This looks like he was maybe a month old. And anything he was doing, I would document. Honestly, you cannot tell me in my mind that I did not birth that child, that he is not my child. I was in the actual delivery room. I basically helped deliver Stanton. All the fluids, just as if I had given birth, was all over me. Nurses, they looked at the birth mother and said, "Who's gonna hold him first? We have him ready." And she pointed at me. I will never forget it. And she said, "That's his mother. That's who holds him first." I remember holding him for the first time and just feeling this huge joy overwhelming that how could I have something so precious that's mine? I can't imagine loving a child more than I love Stanton.
You say that he's adopted, but it's hard to convince you that you didn't really have him.
I know in my mind I did not have him, but my heart doesn't tell me that.
You just feel, because you were there and...
I have often thought about having my own biological child, and it just really doesn't fit with me. I can't imagine loving a child more than I love that baby.
You think the way you mother him, it affects everything, the way he's gonna be in the future and all that. Now, he's 13. He still has a blanket, a security blanket.
He loves blankets. He's loved blankets all his life. And he does have certain ones that he likes better than the others, yes.
Has a special one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, he had a bunk bed in your bedroom till he was 10 years old.
Yes, that is correct.
And he often sleeps in a recliner in your room.
Periodically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say you used to carry him to the bathroom in the morning. You get him out of bed, carry him to the bathroom until he just got too big.
Don't you wish you had a mother like me? I mean, come on. I mean, you know, you don't even have to walk.
Well, he thinks the world of you. There's no question about it. We actually have a little statement from him. Let's hear from Stanton.
My mom is an amazing lady. She is just there for me all the time. I get hurt, she's there. I'm hungry, she'll help me there.
Stanton's in his game room with his apples and oranges, eating a delicious, healthy snack and doing his favorite thing, just as happy and content and safe as can be.
So I usually get up and watch TV or play games, and I alternate between the day, but I really do like playing games.
Oh, he's pretty amazing. Yes, he's really good. Quick in his fingers, too. His fingers are real fast.
Sometimes I just turn it off and just lay there for a moment to think. I'm not really too much outside, but sometimes I'm here and there.
He loves being home. It absolutely brings him so much joy.
People can think whatever they want to think, but it doesn't really matter. I love her. I love her. She's my parent. I love her. She's nice. I love her to the most.
He does love his mama.
He's a mama's boy.
Yes, he is.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Dr. Phil. I really feel like a boy needs to respect his mom enough, because I really feel that can carry over to his marriage, to his relationships with females. And I want him to have a very strong marriage.
The woman that's gonna
Yeah,
meet
bless her
him.
heart. Oh, you could.
Yeah, I'm sure she's gonna have a real smooth run trying to get by you. You know, I said earlier, I think there may be competing agendas sometimes. And you've said a couple things. I said, don't forget. You said, everything that I'm doing is going to influence who he becomes. And I said, right, you're raising an adult, not a child. And when we have guests here, we ask you to send in a brief tape to let us know who you are and what your agenda is. And this is a transcript of the submission video that you sent in. I noticed something when I first heard it. You referenced you 40 times in 1 minute and 13 seconds. I went back through it and you said, I've been called, I've been known. You know, when it comes to my child, my world, my heart, I'm asked, you have, I have 3, I have my, you. When you're talking about you, you're talking about you yourself.
A little possessive, you think?
You think?
You think?
This is all about you.
But Stanton is a part of me.
That's not my point. My point is everything you're doing is to make you feel better. This is my child, it's my first, my only, my last. This is me, me, me. I feel safe when he's here. I feel better when I can see him. I feel at peace when he's in my bedroom. I feel better when I'm carrying him to the bathroom. I feel better when I have him at home and I can see him. Forget the fact that he is not getting an opportunity to observe himself overcoming obstacles. He's not building his self-worth and self-esteem by saying, man, I did that. Wow, I overcame that. I feel better about me. Instead, he's saying, my mother carried me to the bathroom. I'm 13 and have a blanket. My mother cuts my meat. I can't get off the porch with my friends. That's not giving him an opportunity to say, I'm growing up, I'm strong, I'm competent, I'm able to go into the world with confidence. You're stealing that from him by not allowing him to fall and scrape his knee, by not allowing him to get bullied and overcome it. And as a result, when he gets out into the world and he has to deal with people who don't think he's a precious pie, he's just another kid in competition, he doesn't have the confidence to fight back.
I think you're totally wrong, Dr. Phil. I disagree with you, because if you talk to my child, he has plenty of self-confidence.
He does, until he gets out there and finds out that he didn't learn the developmental skills that he needed to compete with the others.
Compete what? I mean, why does he have to be so competitive? What?
Because that's the real world, Gina. We've got 2 boys, Jay and Jordan. Let me tell you, Robin likes to take care of her children. There's no question about it. But at 10 years old, I'd pull up in front of the basketball arena and say, okay, here's $200. You get us 2 tickets in the bowl down below, and you can keep the difference. and I'd put him on the street and let him go negotiate with the scalpers. And, you know, after a while, I would say, the game is starting in 2 minutes. He'd say, yeah, but let me tell you, let it start for 5 minutes. We'll get those tickets for half price. He learned about negotiation because I gave him a chance to do so.
Okay,
You've got to give him an opportunity.
you just answered my question. That was 30 years ago, Dr. Phil. Times have changed. The world has changed.
Yes,
Things are
and
different.
he has 2
very
kids
different.
right now that are that age, and he's doing the same thing with his kids, and they're very sharp.
And that's great. My son is very intelligent. He's smart. He can think ahead.
How do you know he can think ahead? You think for him.
Because I live with him, because I know him, because
So he
I'm
can think
his
what's going to come up
mother.
in the den?
In the den.
You won't let him go to the mall.
Okay, there are mall shootings, school shootings. I'm not gonna back off my stance of how I'm raising my child. That was 30 years ago, the way you raised your
Is it possible that you're doing this to make yourself feel better instead of doing it because it prepares him for the next level of life?
I don't think there's a possibility. I do not want to be that parent that goes, if I had have known, if I had been there, because by the time you say if, Dr. Phil, it's too late.
You know, if is the middle 2 letters of the word life. You know, we have kids in college right now that are complaining that words hurt them physically. So they're going to the administration at universities and getting professors disciplined, suspended, and fired. They're saying they're being too hard on us. These tests are too difficult. And so they're making them back off instead of preparing them. And that's the reason this country is on the slide internationally, competitively, because we are coddling children, we are coddling young people instead of making them stand up and do what they need to do. The world's gonna eat this kid alive if you don't let him get some experience in the world.